Welcome back, everyone, to the Bears Probably Plays YouTube channel. Today is Wednesday, July 3rd, and I'm back breaking down 7 plays for tonight's slate of games. We're going to be looking at the Cincinnati Reds going up against the New York Yankees as the first play of the day. Then we have the best play of the day, the matchup between the St. Louis Cardinals and the Pittsburgh Pirates. I'll have a total of 5 player props today, with 2 of the best player props being at the end of the video. I hope everybody has a great Wednesday, and let's just have ourselves a day today. All right, let's break down some ball. All right, guys, let's get into this graphic for Tuesday night slate of games. I'm recording about 5:20 p.m. Central Time, so none of the games have started, but look at all this potential we have right in front of us. We've got the Royals on the money line going up against the Tampa Bay Rays. Going to trust Brady Singer in that game. Grayson Rodriguez, under 2.5 runs, going up against the Mariners. Mariners, worst team in baseball this season, hitting the ball. And then Aaron Judge, over 1.5 bases, going up against Cincinnati Reds and Andrew Abbott. The graphic plays, we have the Brewers and the Rockies, over 11.5 runs, with Dallas Keuchel on the mound for the Brewers. We've got Christian Yelich, over 1.5 bases in the same game, going up against Ryan Feltner. We've got Ezequiel Tovar, over 1.5 bases in that matchup against Dallas Keuchel. And then Bobby Hitt Jr., over 1.5 bases, going up against Zach Littell in the Rays. So a lot of possibilities. Hopefully we have a really good day on Tuesday night. But let's take a look at the leaderboard just really quick. Nothing has changed because none of the games have started on Tuesday. But here's an updated leaderboard. Player props taking a little bit of hit over the last 7, but the game picks are still doing really well. 8-1 over the last 7, 8-7 on the player props. But we're looking to have a sweep sometime soon. We haven't had one in a while. Maybe it'll be Tuesday night. Maybe it'll be Wednesday night. I'm definitely going to have one on the 4th of July because that's America's Day. So let's just look at these plays for Wednesday's slate of games. We are going to start with the Cincinnati Reds going up against the New York Yankees. We have a couple guys on the mound in this game that can give up some runs. If they can give up some runs in a hurry, I'm taking the over as the play here, over 8.5 runs. We're going to have Andrew Abbott on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds going up against Carlos Rodon for the Yankees. And I'm going to start with Carlos because over the last 3 games, it's been an absolute bloodbath for him on the mound. He's had 3 matchups against the Boston Red Sox, the Atlanta Braves, and then the Toronto Blue Jays in his last game. And in those 3 games combined, he gave up a total of 21 runs, 28 hits in just 13 innings. In his last game against the Blue Jays, he gave up 10 hits, 8 runs in 5 innings. And that now makes back-to-back games where he gave up 8+ runs and 10+ hits. Just brutal numbers there. Just 3 games ago, Carlos, he had a 2.93 ERA. Now he's sitting with a 4.42 ERA and a 1.26 whip. He has absolutely no confidence on the mound over the last couple games, and I do expect the Reds to take advantage of that, putting up some runs in this game early. Cincinnati on the season, they haven't been the best team in scoring runs per game, but they do have a lot of talent in this lineup. They should be able to put some runs on a struggling Carlos Rodon in this one. On the other side, Andrew Abbott, he has been better than Carlos over the last couple games, but he still has given up 2+ runs in 5 of the last 6 appearances. He's coming in with a 3.41 ERA and a 1.20 whip, and this is going to be his toughest matchup going up against the Yankees since the beginning of May. He's been getting some pretty easy matchups over the last several games. And I do expect the Yankees to come into this game and put up at least a couple runs on him before they go to the bullpen. I like this game to get ugly quick for both sides. I'm taking the over 8.5 runs as the play here. For the player props on the screen, we are going to be playing both of them. Elly De La Cruz screwed me last time, won't screw me this time, over 1.5 bases. And Aaron Judge over 1.5 bases as well. We're going to start with Aaron Judge because the way he's hitting over the last couple months, it's hard not to take him every single day. He's now coming in with a .316 batting average, having collected 5 multi-hit games over the last 6, and he just got done torturing the Blue Jays in the last series. I took him on Tuesday night. Hopefully that pays off for me, but he now has 31 home runs in the season, and Andrew Abbott on the season, while he's a left-handed pitcher, he has struggled severely giving up extra base hits to right-handed hitting. He has given up a total of 30 extra base hits, and 14 of those have been home runs to the right side. Aaron Judge this season, he's hitting over .310 on both sides of the plate, so it doesn't really matter for the matchup for him. His numbers against lefties home run-wise are actually better if you're looking at the percentages and at-bats to home runs ratio. So I love Aaron Judge here in this game, over 1.5 bases. And again, he's going to probably hit a home run. He basically does it every single game. So love Aaron Judge in this game, over 1.5. The other play, Elly De La Cruz, I think he's in store for a really good game going up against Carlos. We have him coming into this game giving up double-digit hits in back-to-back performances. So I do expect him to give up a lot of hits again in this game going up against the Reds. Elly De La Cruz, he is a switch hitter, which gives us a lot of advantage in this game, picking and choosing whatever side of the plate he wants to be on, whatever side he's more comfortable with. And Elly De La Cruz, he's been pretty good on both sides of the plate this year. He's got a batting average of .245 or more on both sides of the plate. So again, it doesn't really matter who's on the mound for him. He's just an overall great hitter this season. And with the way Carlos has been pitching over the last couple of days, I'm going to take the best hitter on this Reds team to go over 1.5 bases. So we're going to play both of them, Aaron Judge and Elly De La Cruz, over 1.5 bases as the 2 graphic plays there. Now let's go over to the best play of the day. It's going to be a match between the St. Louis Cardinals going up against the Pittsburgh Pirates. We're going to have Miles McCollum back on the mound for the St. Louis Cardinals and Jared Jones back on the mound for the Pittsburgh Pirates. I've had my problems with Miles McCollum over the last 2 years. I try to attack him every single time he's on the mound, but he had a really good month of May and almost a great month of June. I started to trust him a little bit. I even took him as a play to go under his total runs going up against the Cubs, something I never do a couple starts ago, and it paid off. But we have a really big problem now because over the last 2 games, he is back to his normal self like we saw earlier in the season, giving up multiple runs over the last 2. I've got no choice but to back the Pirates in this one on the first 5 money line. I really thought Miles was going to turn the corner because he did have a really good May and a pretty decent June. He went 3 consecutive games before the downturn of the last 2 games, giving up only 3 runs in that span. But over the last 2 games against the Reds and the Giants, he's given up a total of 18 hits and 14 runs. There is no way that I can trust him in this game going up against the Pirates. Even though he has been good against the Pirates this season, he is now coming in with a 5.32 ERA and a 1.25 whip. And it's not me necessarily trusting the bats of the Pittsburgh Pirates. It's me trusting the pitching of the Pittsburgh Pirates. Neither one of these teams this season has been great at putting up runs, but I really think we just need 1 or 2 in this game to get the job done going up against the Cardinals. We should be able to get that going up against Miles. And while the Cardinals were red hot a couple weeks ago, they have cooled off a little bit over the last week with the bats. They are now going to have to go up against Jared Jones, who's been the second best arm in this rotation all season long. He's coming with a 3.66 ERA and a 1.10 whip as a rookie this year. And the Pittsburgh Pirates, they've found themselves another pair of great rookies. Hopefully this time around, we can change the history and they can sign big deals with the same team. But Jones, over the last 4 games, he's given up 2 runs or less in 3 of those 4, with the outlier being the Rockies. In that start, he gave up 6 runs. But Jones has really been good over the last 4 games, and he is limiting his hits given up every single game. He only gave up 3 hits in his last game going up against the Tampa Bay Rays in 7 innings, and he's had some problems with his command over the last several games, walking too many people. But if he's able to get himself out of some jams, and he has shown that this season, I'm perfectly fine with him pitching around some people. There's not a whole lot of threat in this lineup for the St. Louis Cardinals, so I'm going to back the better pitcher in this one. Give me the Pittsburgh Pirates money line on the first 5 as the play. For the player props on the screen, we're going to be playing one of them, and it's going to be Oneil Cruz to go over 1.5 base against the Redbirds. Anytime Cruz gets a right-handed pitcher on the mound, you should probably take a look at his over player props. He can only hit against right-handed pitching this season, and Miles is coming into this game giving up 18 hits over the last 2. Miles gives up a batting average of 289 to the left side, giving up a ton of extra base hits as well. And Oneil Cruz, we talk about this all the time. He has a batting average of 114 against lefties, but a batting average of 281 against righties. He has 26 extra base hits this season against right-handed pitching and only 2 against the left side. Take Oneil Cruz here over 1.5 bases as the play. Let's move on to the best props of the day. And we're going to start with Shohei Ohtani to go over 1.5 bases going up against the D-backs. Ohtani is coming into this game with a 316 batting average. He's collected at least 1 hit in 8 of the last 10 games, and he's filling in really well for Mookie Betts at the leadoff spot. He's doing a great job. I'd say he's probably the second best hitter in baseball, right behind Aaron Judge right now. And this is going to be a great match for him going up against Jordan Montgomery and the Diamondbacks. The trend today has been pitchers who have been struggling lately, and Jordan Montgomery is going to continue that trend because he's coming off a game against the Twins where he gave up 10 hits, 8 runs, not giving up a home run as well in that game. All of his damage was done with extra bases, and I expect more damage should be done in this game going up against the Dodgers and Ohtani. It was no surprise in that Twins game whenever he struggled because the Twins, as you all know, they're the second best hitting team in baseball against left-handed pitching. I'm not looking for anything special, though, in this game out of Ohtani. We don't need him to hit a home run. If he does hit a home run, that'd be great. But I'm taking Ohtani because I think he's going to get a couple base hits in this game against Montgomery. Montgomery, he doesn't give up a lot of home runs this season while he has struggled, but he has given up a lot of hits, 85 in total this year. Ohtani against left-handed pitching, he does have a batting average of nearly 300, but he doesn't have a lot of home run balls against left-handed pitching this year. I'm just looking for a couple base knocks in this game, something that we've seen him do a lot against left-handed pitching. And if he does get an extra base hit or a home run, that'll be great. But I'm not expecting that in this game. I'm taking Ohtani for his base hits, having a multi-hit day here over 1.5 bases as the play. For the pitching prop today, we're going to be looking at Ronel Blanco of the Houston Astros to go under 2.5 runs going up against the Blue Jays. We're going to start with the Blue Jays as a unit because they're coming in this game bottom 5 still in the MLB at scoring runs. They're also coming into this game bottom 5 in batting average per game, and they're also dealing with a couple injuries. They potentially won't have their best hitter in the lineup in Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who took a ball to the hand on Sunday afternoon. I'm not sure if the x-rays came back on that, so he's probably not going to be in this game. That would be a massive blow for them in the 3-hole. The Blue Jays on Monday, they were only able to put up 1 run against the Astros, and I don't see anything getting easier in this game for them going up against their best pitcher this season. Blanco's coming into this game with a 2.49 ERA and a 1.01 whip, and I do expect him to shut down the Blue Jays in this game after a pretty bad start in his last game against the Mets. In that game against the Mets, He gave up 3 earned runs, 6 runs in total because the Mets had so many errors in the outfield. So I don't really blame Blanco in that game because runs can start to add up whenever you've got poor defense behind you. We don't typically see a lot of mistakes at the MLB level, and I do think the defense will be able to back him up in this game going up against the Blue Jays. Blanco, he's been one of the best pitchers this season in baseball at limiting his hits. He's only given up 54 total hits in 90 innings pitched. Over the last 10 games, he's only given up over 5 hits in 3 of those 10 games, and he is a no-hit machine, already having 3 games this season where he's gone 7+ innings, giving up no hits. Only one of those games turned into a no-hitter, but if he gives us another great outing in this game, we should have no problem keeping the number under 2.5 runs. So I'm taking Ronel Blanco here, under 2.5 runs against the Blue Jays as the play. All right, let's go over to the MLB recap. We are going to take the Reds and the Yankees over 8.5 runs. Love the pitching matchup in that game. Ellie De La Cruz and Aaron Judge in the same game over 1.5 bases each. We have O'Neal Cruz over 1.5 bases going up against the Cardinals and Miles McCollum. And then as the best play of the day, we are going to take the Pittsburgh Pirates in the money line, first 5 going up against Miles McCollum and the Cardinals. Jared Jones, we trust. Ronel Blanco, under 2.5, going up against the Blue Jays, who are bottom 5 in basically every hitting category this season. And then Shohei Ohtani, show me a couple singles in this game. Ohtani over 1.5 bases, going up against Jordan Montgomery and the Diamondbacks. Guys, that's going to do it for the MLB picks and props for Wednesday, July 3rd slate of games. If you guys enjoyed the content, please sure to drop a like on this video and subscribe channel below. See you guys next video, and thanks for watching.